Maybe I can pick up some 8x10s that like.
You always start looking for silverware.
But I'm thinking, oh yeah, maybe we can get some 8x10s, on conventions nobody's ever seen before. But I felt sick.
Once you got in there, just bad vibes.
I have a Bernie West story.
Okay.
What?
Notes. Notes between shows we had, remember?
Yes.
We eat dinner,
Yes.
and then we'd sit around in a circle of folding chairs and get notes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it came my turn to get a note or whatever, and Bernie West said, well, Richard, we're going to take away that line, blah, blah, blah. And being the company man, I said, that's okay, Bernie, I'm not married to it. And Bernie said, yeah, well, you fucked it. Which I thought was the funniest note I've ever received anywhere.
Oh my God! I wish I knew that side of him. I wish we saw more of that side when we worked there.
With the glasses of
Okay, you guys, but my ignorance was that a compliment or not?
He was just being
witty. But he was never
being witty.
But on Three's Company, we never had anything that witty. We never.
You got it really good.
No.
Oh, no.
That says a lot about you, Jenny.
No, honey.
Well, that explains
She's got her
it.
honey over there.
I don't know what they mean.
Yeah.
No, meaning I screwed up the line. But
If
I
you
gave
screwed it
him
over.
I gave him the
If you
setup.
screw somebody over, it's not a
I
compliment.
gave him the setup, and the setup was, it's okay. I'm
I
not married to
thought,
it.
well, if you're married and
No,
you
I know.
really-
I've just
Are
never
having
known
sex.
him. Bernie,
That's a
I've
good
just
thing.
never known him. No, but Richie, I get it. I just never known him to be that funny.
It's a good thing.
Me and the
Another show
sister.
Yeah, I realize there's two complete conversations. Okay, Jenilee and I are going to be good. Just sit here for a minute.
No,
You children go ahead and chat. Danielle and I'll just be here.
Okay. I'm going to get if I'm going too
Get it
far,
out.
let
Go
me
on.
know, Jenilee.
Okay, it's too far.
I'm so
No, go as far as you
No.
want, baby. Now, this is
I'm
our
really,
moment.
No, I'm really. I know everything has to be ha ha, laugh, but
No,
I
no,
remember
no.
it's so nice to see you and Joyce go back and forth. It is. It's nice to see you. Where you feel safe. I mean, it is. I mean, it's nice.
Thank God.
And how it. I don't know how it particularly happened, but I know that. There was a convention that Joyce and I had done, not this last one 2 years ago, but Wizard something or something. It was downtown. Remember Lindsay Wagner was there? I can't remember. But, and we didn't know you were there, and someone said that you were there. And you weren't with Joyce and myself. You were like, do you remember what I'm talking about? Like 2 rows over toward the back. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh my God, so, and we don't know how that happened because we don't, what if somebody had said, oh, do you not want to be next? Because people put things on people that aren't true. But you get your feelings hurt. Oh, you came to us.
You came and found us.
I came over. I was thrilled to see you guys.
Well,
I knew
in my
that
mind, it was us, but okay, it was you.
but I don't know. No. Do you remember? I remember I came over.
You did.
No,
Well,
I was thrilled.
I
to
do
see
actually
you
remember
guys
that.
because I know that you guys do those together a lot. And we have agents for all that. So my agent booked me over there, and I found out you guys were going to be there, and I said, "Oh, am I going to be near them?" And they said, "No, you were on the far side or something." So I came over. I was thrilled. That's the first time I'd seen you guys in so long.
That's it.
And what again brought me to tears? Maybe I cried too much
No,
these days, but
it
her
did
grabbing me, Joyce,
Yes.
grabbing me, and
That's
saying,
exactly it.
I will cry again because I'm just tired of the whole
No,
day.
no.
But she grabbed me. I am gonna cry.
No,
I'm
well,
tired.
I think crying's
but
okay.
she grabbed me and said, "Oh, baby doll," and she goes, "Oh, She goes, "But you're great." And she, of course, you look the exact same. Talk about look at genetics.
That's weird.
I know. It's unfair.
She's Italian.
It's unfair.
This is my favorite story about how young Jenilee was when she came on the show.
But you hugged when you hugged because I'm sure we had hugged, but you had hugged Joyce first.
And I
I'm
hugged her
always
really
kick-
good.
I'm always,
Is that what you're
I'm always
implying
kick-
here?
No,
Is
no,
that
I'm
where you're
always
going
kicking
with
the
all
curb.
this?
No,
Did we or
actually,
didn't
I
we?
do have a sincere moment here. Okay. When you cried,
I
I
cried
remember
then, too.
thinking,
Look at me.
the body holds those memories for so many years. And I was so, not angry at those people at Three's Company because I with it, but we don't need to go into it. But it was like, when I saw that and I thought, God, I wish, and we both talked about that, Joyce and I wish it happened sooner. Because we all have pain from our parents.
Yes.
I'm past that. I don't want to talk about it. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
But it stays in. You had a release. And it was really wonderful, and that's why it was so great to see you a few years
Okay,
later.
so
And now I go to her house all the time to get free
Now
eggs.
you're gonna make me cry again, but
I mean,
yeah. Well, isn't
no, it's
maturity,
important.
Isn't age that
Yeah.
when we were?
That's the good thing
for
about
me-
getting old.
For me too, when I was doing Three's Company or some, it's really kind of sad in Hollywood too. Is that the majority of fame happens in Hollywood when you're really, really young. Because by the time you're 30, a woman in Hollywood, you kind of get over the hill. So when you
Except for Jeffrey Tambor.
I got really famous. Talk about that, like overnight when I was like, so overnight I was treated differently. And I had a problem with that. So actually, which a lot of people don't know, I got really angry. And I got really angry that overnight I was treated different. That I went to Paramount Studios one day trying to park outside and get a line read someplace. And the next day they recognized me and waved me onto the lot. And I thought, and I had all these issues that you're telling me I went to school and I went to college and I became a good girl and I'm doing all this and all. And just because I got on a TV show overnight, you're going to now be really nice to me. So I was like a hermit for like 10 years. And there was a part of me that was angry about fame. So fame angered me that I thought this is kind of a horrible, weird story. Is this a good time to tell stories like that on a podcast?
That's the whole point.
John Ritter came into the studio one day, and he was really happy and excited because he goes, look, they had taken a statistical analysis at like a bunch of junior high schools and said, list the 20 most prominent people in your life. And John Ritter came in and said, look, this was like a thing in the LA Times or something, or New York Times or whatever. On that list, there was not one Nobel Peace Prize winner. There was no doctor, laureate thing or whatever. There was just athletes and celebrities, and John was on that list. Mm-hmm. And though John was a lovely, wonderful person, I thought, oh my gosh, just because you're on TV, that where's the people that are doing,
but it's the same today.
Gandhi and stuff like that. So I'm saying, I had a hard time thinking as entertainers that as an entertainer that I had something really good to offer. I thought I don't want to go to my grave and have written down on it, she was an actor or something. And I had a problem with it till I got to be about 30 years old. And then, this is really weird, then I did an infomercial. That to tell how weird is that? But I did in the infomercial world. I became like a Meryl Streep of infomercials. But I got to because I got to write them, produce them.
Did you? Were you the producer on the Sobokawa pillow?
I worked with the producers on that huge hit.
Because my mother, I wasn't working, and she said, now, why don't you do something for Sobokawa pillows? Jenilee's doing Sobokawa pillows. Doesn't that sound like a parent?
But
why aren't you?
And
I go, well, Jenilee's kind of got the pillow thing covered.
What was weird is I got respected on camera, off camera, writing, and everything else. So that was my weird take.
I pitched an idea for an infomercial. It was floral suppositories, so that when you farted, it would be like lavender.
That would work.
I
would do that. I'll do that one.
And
I'll do that.
It went nowhere.
We can do it together, and we get points.
I gave up. I just threw it in the towel.
You had the wrong host. You have to do it like at a threesome or foursome.
Yeah. Well, I was actually once asked to do an infomercial with Lyle Wagner about erectile. Like make your penis.
Thing?
Yeah, make your penis hard.
We know. I think we all know what erectile is.
But
I don't know. I kind of know about the penis.
We don't know who's listening. Maybe they do.
Okay.
So
the young.
Who was the woman on Silver Spoons and Buck Rogers? What's her name?
Erin Gray?
Yeah, Erin Gray. So Erin Gray did it. And I remember I was in the same exercise class as her, and of course, I was really, you're up, have your ups and your downs. I had not a pot to piss in. I had a broken down sob that, if anybody's had a sob, they don't tell you when they're going to break down. There's no light, you're just stranded, And I was stranded, and there was Erin getting into her Land Rover. And I said, wow. I said, I saw you on that commercial. I lied. I didn't. I was just trying to get some info. Yeah. And she said, oh, yeah. She goes, I made a fortune on that because in those days, I guess she was able.
You got points.
You got points. And I thought, wow.
Honey,
and
why
really
do you
today-
think I have all those chickens in my backyard?
Well, I had
It's all
thought.
because of those Sobacoa pillows. It brought me.
Are you giving your chicken Sobacoa?
Yeah. Okay.
No, but I always thought, isn't it interesting today that like you'll have a Kim Kardashian that is uber famous, and really she can't do. I mean, she's the first to admit she's a great businesswoman, but she really doesn't even know what her talent, what we would consider talent is, and it's like the reason that I remember thinking I shouldn't do it because there was. In those days, it was you couldn't even do an actual commercial that put you in a different thing. But I mean, an infomercial would taint you somehow. So somebody would see you and think, "Oh, there's that erectile thing."
My agent
I don't think it ever hurt
my
anybody.
agent was pissed.
About
Said
the infomercials?
Yeah, said you wreck your career. How I always thought of my career. Now this is me still today. Is whenever a camera was in front of me, I thought I'm working. So I don't care if it's a commercial, an infomercial, a sitcom. If the
That's a healthy
camera
way to
is
think.
in
You
front
think that
of
way?
me, I'm working.
There's like a security camera on me. I get that. No, I don't. I just work is work. Work breeds work.
Work breeds work.
But do you ever get typecast though? I mean, didn't you get? I mean,
Doing what?
well, when you did Three's
Those
Company, did you
those
get
floral
really-
fart
Of course
things.
I did, but it didn't
But now
stop-
you've done so many things in New York, and right, so you don't
It
have. I
didn't
mean,
stop me, especially in theater.
no, you
I'm
do.
sure it stopped me in the television, episodic, or whatever. But then I can't. I have no regrets. I mean, I'm still working. Actors my age, actors don't retire. They just forget their lines.
That's funny.
Can you, Dave?
We'll put it in post.
Put it in post.
Is this true? Wait, are you guys? Did you hear this? Is this true? You might even know because weren't you even went out with Jack Nicholson? Didn't you?
I never dated Jack Nicholson,
but he had something about you.
Well, I was in a movie with him, and he was my boyfriend. I was
But
playing
he
a,
also,
stripper.
I also heard about. Okay, but
You heard about what?
that he really liked you.
Well,
That's
no,
what I
Jack
heard.
Nicholson likes any woman that's attractive. I mean, I would get into the elevator. I was playing a stripper, his stripper, but and he'd say, "Oh, you're wearing the enemy." I go, "I'm wearing the enemy," and he says, "Pantyhose." I mean, there's some people that are huge actors, and they talk in code like that. Like Sean Penn was directing it, and he is, an actor, so I'd be like, and he was the one that he actually hired me from seeing that movie I did with Shadow Stevens, actually, we talked about today. I mean, just a body of my work. And so he would, I guess he was doing taps, and they'd watch this movie Tracks that I was in, and they would recite all the dialogue. So, I mean, he liked my work. So when I said, and I'd ask him something about character, and he just shut down. I could see him and I go, what do you think? And he goes, I think that I lost you about 40 lines ago when you said have something to ask you. I mean, this was it. I mean, it was a male set, and it was, our first AD was Kubrick's first AD, and decided to, it was a tough set.
But I heard that he stopped working 10 years ago because he
Nicholson?
was forgetting that he hasn't worked in 10 years.
Really?
That couldn't remember his lines.
Oh, really?
So he said, I'm done.
I never
just
saw
now
that.
it's come out, and there's a latest interview too, and he talked about that. But he
Oh, really? So he did talk about it?
Yeah, and
it wasn't
has a
on this movie.
and he has committed to some famous movie or script that was
No,
done before,
he's
so
a
I
very.
wondered.
I didn't want to fuck him, but he is a.
You did or you didn't?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to. I had my sights on someone else, but.
Yeah, but I'm not going to tell that story.
Yeah, don't tell that story. We can't tell all that. So, but he's a wonderful actor. I studied with a guy, Eric Morris, and he went to school. They studied under Martin Landau with, Eric Morris, and so he wrote all the foreword to Eric Morris's books. And talk about nerves. The first day I had to have the emotional breakdown scene. It was the first day of the shoot,
honey. Yeah.
And so I was having difficulty. So I decided the exercise was called Vesuvius. And you roll around on the floor and do an abandonment and wail, to try to break down those barriers. And of course, when I went into another room and I started to wail, the entire set in the other room was very quiet. What's going on? And to Nicholson's credit, he started to wail with me. Because he knew the exercise. So he really is, for all the antics that you hear about him. Yeah, because that was his period. Remember he took a golf club and trashed somebody's windshield. But, those are the boys.